Alright, so I'm trying different OBS settings today, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to live code Flutter development. Although it's saying that I have 38 frames per second, so maybe not, but at least it's not burning all of my CPU. CPU is at 8%, which is great. So if anyone ends up joining, please tell me if this is working and if you can actually see me pretty well. But I got, what do I got? I have Flutter running here in the simulator. This is the basic default app that you get with, let me just make sure that Restream is connected correctly. So I have the basic Flutter demo app that I got with just running Flutter create or something like that. I ran Flutter run to run the app, and now I can start messing around with the source code. Let's see if I know how to get to the source code. Let's see, view, Explorer. Perfect, there's people joining. So the Explorer has a bunch of stuff. Come on. Okay, so my computer is still struggling with all that's going on. I can't move the simulator anymore, which is annoying. There we go. So we got the mileage tracker initializing stuff, and if I go to lib main.dart, we should see. Alright, so this is the Dart language that you use to build Flutter stuff. Yes, pick 9117. It is really hot in the Bay Area right now. It's, let's see, how hot is it? Right now it is, if this open, hey Jean, right now it is already 24 Celsius, even though it's 8 a.m. So it's 8 a.m. and it's already 24 Celsius, and that's why I'm shirtless. So we can try to start changing things. If I say my homepage instead of Flutter demo homepage says mileage tracker, this should auto reload here. No, maybe I have to press R. Come on, press R. It's saying press R to hot while running. To hot reload, press R. It's not doing anything. If I press Shift R, it's also not doing anything. What if I call Flutter run again? So there's also the simulator that's attached to my thing here, but I'm not really sure how to use that one in launching lib main dart on iPhone XR in debug mode. So debug, okay, let's try that. I'm gonna go out of Flutter run here. I'm going to instead try it directly in, start debugging. Let's see. Okay, so now the entire debug stuff opened in my VS Code, which is pretty cool. I'm happy that VS Code has the ability to be like a full IDE for Flutter. The problem is that when I'm live coding, all of this is working extremely slowly, which is giving me an unfair view of how it works. So we're waiting for this to start. Launching in debug mode. My CPU is through the roof. Yeah, 1 frame per 3 seconds. Yeah, I can't click anything anymore. God damn it. So how much processing power is So OBS is using only 6%, which should be fine, but it's my camera that's lagging and nothing seems to actually work. So yeah, I can't debug here. Let's go out of debug mode. Let's try quitting the simulator. Wow. Okay, trying Flutter run again, see if that works. And we might just not be able to keep doing this. Oh, come on, I can't even click on things. Okay, so Flutter emulators aren't running. Let's try starting the emulator again. Jesus, this why computer? Why are you so slow with this? I'm just trying to change the title of my homepage, but no. So it looks like Flutter itself gives us a class my app, which this looks pretty similar to, I guess Dart looks kind of similar to JavaScript. That's part of the point. The team data. Then we have creating state, my homepage state, increment counter. That's the counter thing. So the default app is a counter, which is cool. Then we build the context. This is kind of annoying. It looks like column is a layout widget, so I'm not a fan of this type of widget assembly. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the simulator to start. Maybe I can Flutter run in the meantime. So the problem was that I had the simulator running, which worked, and then as soon as I starting... Lol, no, those weren't the laptop fans, that was a... what's it called? That was a truck going by. Maybe I should buy a new computer. So we're launching libmain.dart in iPhone XR in debug mode, waiting for, so I can see that changing. Yeah, is the Flutter build tool eating your RAM? Now pick 9117, it's not the RAM that's the problem, it's the CPU. See, my CPU is currently so full of stuff that it can't even update the activity monitor so I could see how much CPU I'm actually using. Sure. I guess I can allow Macromedia. This is taking an unexpectedly long time. Yes, it is. It is definitely taking an unexpectedly long time. But it looks like... I wonder if there is a JSX for Flutter. Because I'm not a fan of how these widgets are being built, where you're essentially writing an AST by hand in a weird way. So we have column has various properties to control how it sizes itself. Yeah, it looks kind of like an extension of JavaScript, which I like because it's familiar. I'm not sure I'm a fan yet of how the component tree is structured, but I guess it makes sense because you don't have the DOM or JSX or anything like that. Would be great if that existed, but let's try changing some more stuff here. We have clicked the button this many times, then we have a counter, so that's kind of cool. Come on. We can, I guess this is how we put variables into text. And yeah, so text is an object. Let's see, loading, still loading. Oh nice, my CPU got so bad that music was lagging. So we get text gets a string with the string and then direction and a bunch of properties. Floating action button is the increment counter, and increment counter is this function up here which updates state. So all of this seems pretty intuitive. It seems very similar to how you would do things with, I don't know, seems pretty similar to how you would do things with like React or potentially Redux. No, not Redux, just maybe React hooks seem similar. Is there any other code that we have? That's the debug menu. I want to see the Explorer. So the Explorer, we just have main.dart, so there's nothing else yet. And we are importing the material UI, which is neat. How hard is it in Slovenia, Jean? Cool. So we have the mileage tracker. We were able to update that thing. This is still taking a long time. And if I click this, it should... Yay, okay, so that works. But in the meantime, I actually updated this part here. It should now be saying you have clicked the button this many times. If I press... Let's see, simulator, file, edit, hardware, debug. There should be a reload. I'm trying to press reload to make Flutter reload the page, but it doesn't seem to do anything. So let's try opening what they're calling the observatory debugger and profiler, which I think is the same as what React Native uses, which is cool. So opening the debugger, having trouble even moving my windows around, that's not great. Okay, I can move that. Aha! So we have the VM, debug, idle, isolates, I don't know what this is. Compile unoptimized, whatever. View documentation, file a bug report, native memory timeline. Okay, what if we click refresh here? Will that refresh it? No, that just refreshes this one. Right click, will the right click do anything? New. Long press, no. So I'm having trouble because my computer is so busy that I can't actually reload. So I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm pressing R, trying to reload my mileage tracker. If the emulator is heavy on the CPU, try plugging your phone. That is a good question. How can I do that? Because I think it's also just Flutter itself that's heavy on the CPU. But at least we solved the problem of... Wow, there is no JSX. So I think the stream is like 5 minutes behind. Interesting. And I keep my kilobytes per second keep going down and up, which I think is related to